figure out why wasn't I given a chance to make a report against somebody who came into my home that was not invited, yet sexually assaulted me and left. Yet mind you, they can sit here and use their family, friends, interactions to get my home rated off of what they say, which was a lie. That's all I'm trying to figure out.
Okay. I'm aware of what you're talking about, Mr. Alford, and I am actually looking at the report from that. Did you tell Detective Brown that you were sexually assaulted?
Yes, I did. I told him when he was in my house. I told him on a few accounts. I told him on a few accounts, actually, like 2 or 3 accounts. Yes, I did.
Okay.
As well as I showed him, which I couldn't show him that day because they seized my phone. But when I came back, I showed him that in the phone you can see that she was never given my address, just like she was never given my name, just like I had never gave her an invite. And by the last message that I received off her, which she sent, it stated that she wasn't even in contact with me that day. So I'm just trying to figure out, once again, how do somebody comes to my home who was not invited, as y'all can see, was not given an address, as y'all can see, that I met through a dating app, yet mind you, she found her way to my home. How are we to sit here and ignore the fact of the crimes that she did, yet we supposed to focus on what she said? Mind you, like I said, we're investigating the game being rape. But however, we ignored the fact that she was never invited to my home, man. Mind you, I don't even think she knew that I was hurt. The knife, I was rushed to the hospital. So, I mean, like I said, I'm not even on that. I'm just trying to figure out why wasn't my report given? Why didn't the officer come and say, you know what, Mr. Alford, let's go ahead and do his report? Because the date that they came, I was on my way to the hospital. And you also have the officers' videos. I'm sure the officers have videos that day when they swabbed me in front of everybody in public. I'm sure. All right, so I'm sure you can see the videos to where I stated that I was on my way to the bank and to the hospital, as well as I could have showed them that day that whatever they were saying wasn't true. So I'm just asking for one thing, man. She said she got gangbanged and raped. We got that complaint, but yet we're ignoring the fact that I never gave her authority to come to my house or my address. So I'm asking, why haven't I got my report? It's because she has to be invited over before we can get to that point. I'm saying she was never invited.
Mr. Alford, can I finish my thought?
Yes, ma'am.
Please.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
So it's okay. Your report is part of this report, dear. That's what I'm trying to tell you. There are multiple parts to this report. I have read several parts of it. I haven't read the whole thing, but there's reports in here where Detective Brown has spoke to you and got your accounts, and that's all in this report. So from what I understand, this whole investigation isn't over. Like, I mean, obviously something like this takes a while. I mean, this isn't something that's going to be finished in probably a month, and it's been about 6 weeks if I'm looking at this.
Actually, it's been 7 weeks. The 30th makes 7 weeks. So I mean, I'm not on that, but yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I definitely get what you're saying, man.
Okay. I'm sorry I was off by a week.
Yeah, you're good.
It's here, and all of the accounts and everything is in here. So if there's more that you want to add, dear, I mean, who you need to speak to is going to be Detective Brown.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's nothing to add to. It's nothing to add to. I'm just saying that we're investigating a rape or a gang thing. Yet we're ignoring the fact that she was never given the permission to come on my property, nor the address to come in. So I mean, we have to look at the initial invitation due to the point that she got on her report that the first thing she said was she was invited to a front house. So I'm going by that report. You know what I'm saying? And I'm asking. Also, the same report says she escaped, and I showed video that her escape is her the same way she walked in. So I guess she escaped from wherever she came from and escaped out my house and went somewhere else. But all I'm saying is that at the end of the day, we're investigating once again a Caucasian who was not invited, who can't even prove she was invited legally, or show where she was given the address to come into this home. Yet you're telling me to wait for your investigation while ignoring the fact that she was not supposed to be there in the first place. And when the officers came in and questioned me, they never asked me if I invited her over. they asked me what all happened. And as I told them, and I tell you, when she pulled up, because that's what it was. It was a pull. She pulled up. You know what I'm saying? And at that point, everything else took place. But once again, I did nothing. You can't rape from the bottom. I never asked this girl to give me a head. You know what I mean? When I never wrote that, I asked her to come in my house. So once she came in my house, she violated she violated that, meaning she trespassed. And when she touched me, when she touched me without me asking, that right there was involuntary. So I'm just trying to figure out how do we skip everything that she done. Yet we want to focus on something that she said that never happened. I made sure they had my information to my cameras, to my security cameras. Yes, hello. Yes, I'm sorry.
Hold on just 1 second for me.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It sounds like you got a lot of stuff going on. I'm not trying to waste your time. I promise I get it.
I just want you to know, because I've read this report, and Mr. Alfred, you're listed as a person involved, but you're not listed as an offender.
I understand, but they ran.
I understand.
Yeah, I got you.
Finish,
I'm sorry.
please.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. So what I'm getting at is this is being investigated, but I don't think that you understand that if I don't know how to put this without making it sound, they're investigating it, but I don't think that they are saying that you have necessarily done anything wrong, friend. I mean, from what I'm reading in here, I'm kind of reading between the lines, kind of, more than anything. But, it has her statement in here about what she said, and then there's several supplements in here about them talking to you, and you being very, you were very open and cordial about it, and you did everything that you were asked. There's absolutely nothing negative in here at all about your interaction with the officers or anything. There's really not.
Because I was honest. I was dead honest.
Right. And it has in here that you were forthcoming and you were very cooperative. So they're not, and they also, they have in here, which you've told them. So your part of this is in here, which is all part of the investigation. It's not just investigating her claim of the gang rape at all. It's not just that. All of that is in here. So your part in this is part of the investigation, honey. It's not just her. So I want you to understand that. I know you feel like that, we're investigating what she's stating, but what you're saying is also part of that investigation. It's not just one-sided.
Yeah, I understand. I definitely understand. But in so many ways, I only think that it is one-sided due to the point that when they originally came, they didn't come to me questioning. They came to me already accusing. And so, as a person who's been accused, the first thing I want to do is make sure their job, they can get everything that they need right. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to withhold nothing. But at the same time,
that means once the investigation is done and you've not done anything wrong, you will be completely exonerated of it. That's just the way it works.
Yes, I do understand that, ma'am. I do understand that. But my main thing is this: we're still ignoring the fact that to get to her crime, we have to get past my crime first. And what I'm saying is, she was never invited to my home.
No, we're not. No, we don't have to get past your crime. It's both. If she is filing a police report with her,
yes.
If that's what she's doing,
yes.
Then she will be charged with filing a police report.
Understand.
So that is all part of this. Even what you're saying, your crime that you're saying that happened, and her crime are all in this one.
I understand. That's why I say I do understand that, man. But my only crime is that she was invited. She came to my home, and I never gave her my address. So I do feel some type of way, because my thing is this: I live alone, and if it wasn't for my cameras, you get what I'm saying? Like, damn, this is what I need you to understand. If it wasn't for my cameras to catch that, if it wasn't for my cameras, and it wasn't for what I did that night, certain things, the precautions I took that night to make sure that I was straight, what she said, it would be her word against mine. You get what I'm saying? Which it is now, due to the point that we're investigating a so-called rape, which I'm telling you again, is bogus, right? But regardless, we're investigating it, and I want y'all to investigate it. But my thing is, in order for her to be raped, she still has to cross the threshold of being on my property. No, I did not. No, I did not let her in my house. I never gave her my address. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. I never gave her my address. She never was invited to my house. Yes. Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay, so how did she get inside? How did she get in your house?
One of the females who I have come in my crib left my door open, man. Okay. I was just into an accident on the 9th. I was rushed to the hospital on the 9th. I was remained on bed rest until I had got word to where I was supposed to get these things done. I supposed to got an MRI, X-ray, and everything else to my neck, my back, my leg, and all that. It's all noted under doctors in the hospital medical report. I got rushed from Franklin to Columbia Hospital on the 9th.
Okay. So, all right. So I'm adding stuff right now as we talk.
It's nothing to add. I'm telling you that I already took this. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Because you and I are discussing this today,
I got you.
I have to add that I have talked to you. Stop doing.
Okay.
And that you're telling me that Amanda entered your home without permission.
Correct.
So did the other girl in the house let her in, or
No, the other girl was not there. The other girl left my door open.
Okay, sorry.
I was under meds. When I'm under my meds, I'm clumsy, so a lot of things I don't do. That's why when I'm under my meds, I don't leave the house. I have different females come help me, but they're all African Americans. None of them are Caucasian.
All right. Can I ask you something? What does that have to do with white or black? What does that got to do with that?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Because of the point, in the past, when I helped another Caucasian, something else happened. To where I said I'm not helping them anymore.
Okay.
So as to where I say I'm not helping, I mean to where I'm not helping as to where like physically we're not gonna be touching. As to where like if that's to happen, it's gonna be out and open. You can't, you know what I'm saying? Like I wash my hands with as to the point where like we trusting any Caucasian around me without somebody else being around there to me. I don't do that. I don't do that. That's why, you know what I mean? That's why I say the only people I have around me are those who I know I'm close to. Other than that, nobody come around me. I don't even have guys around me. I stay alone. I live alone. I have nobody around me. I stopped hanging out. I started working. I've been working since last year, 22. June 22, I stopped going. I started working. I'm all about home and nothing else. Home for my kids and nothing else. I don't bother nobody. I stay to myself.
Yes, I mean,
I met her through a dating app. I gave the officer the dating app. I let them see every message from the dating apps to the messages to my phone. The only thing that was deleted was what she did on her part, which I told the officer that day. I didn't realize it was deleted till August 12th. August 12th, when I woke up, I see that she had deleted certain things. I said I left it alone. I didn't say anything about it. I did.
how could you tell? Hey, help me with this.
Yes.
I don't know anything about those. How can you tell she deleted something? Explain that.
Well, on a Facebook Messenger, it tells you that the person has deleted it.
Oh, okay.
If they delete something, if they delete something, it'll show you that they deleted it. And that's what I showed the officer. I showed the officer in the interview room. I said, actually, she deleted the video, and there was other things that she deleted.
Okay, I got you now.
All right, and I told him, I said, if you see all my messages, I don't delete anything. I'm like a hoarder. I hold everything. I'm a hoarder. I even said, I sit here and play like I don't have something and know for a fact I got 2 or 3 copies of it.
I got you. All
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like, so I was telling the officer, listen, I got it. I can show you. This and third. I can show you. As to the day when they took my phone, they seized the phone the same day. You can get the video. I asked them, I said, give me my phone. I can show you. I can show you this wasn't a rape. Being that I was going to show them something that it can't be rape if the female is doing something else.
Right. So, okay. All right. I got you. All right. So, here, I'm going to, like I said, I have to document
I understand.
I'm going to hear what we're talking about.
I understand.
So, I think, and I understand where you're coming from about, being confused as to why, she wasn't invited. She came over on her own. I completely get that.
It's not even that. It's the point that, once again, man, I never gave her my address. So now I'm more thinking about.
Did somebody drop? I know she doesn't drive. Did somebody drop her off?
Yes. Once again, it's all on the video. They got them on security cam. The same car that dropped her off that I seen, it looked like the the same. It seemed like the same car that when they were swabbing me, rear body into. That's the same. It looked like the same exact car. And I told that to the officer. For some odd reason, it looked like the same car dropped her off with the same car that happened to ride by when y'all was swabbing me. It's mighty funny.
Yeah, I got you. Well, all of that will be on. We wear body cameras, so all of that should be on body cameras. So
it should be.
I can tell you. Listen, Detective Brown, Mike Brown, is a fantastic investigator. And,
I believe it.
And he really is, and he things like this, he's going to get to the bottom of it. And I can, she's no stranger to us either. Okay, so
I understand it, but my main thing is this, right? And this is what I was trying to. I was actually trying to get this around to the detective. My thing is, I don't know how to say it without sounding so harsh, right? My thing is, every time I meet an officer, right? Every time I meet an officer, it's like it's on a bad note, to where like I gotta show them a part of me that's not me. You get what I'm saying? To where when it comes to good notes, when I try to sit up here and try to be like respectful, that's gone already because of the point where what they see me at the beginning. You get what I'm saying?
No, it's not. Listen, you know what? That is absolutely not true, because you and I have butted heads many times.
A few times.
And I
said a few times, but it's like, as long as we ain't face to face and we talking, I feel like sometimes we can agree. But it's like when you say something I have an issue with, I may get loud and not understand how you get into. Like I said, you're an officer, you got that. I understand that, but I can be rude. Just like I know cops got job to do too. I'll just be wanting to. All I want to feel as though I'm getting the same respect as the next person getting. Like my thing is, I came from a place already that felt like I felt like they killed my son. I came from a place where they killed my son. Honestly, it's kind of hard for me to look at any place like that. So yeah, I came somewhere to find peace. I didn't come down here to be a prick or anything like that. I really did.
Listen, Leonard, I don't think that at all. We're having a great conversation today. I don't hold anything against you at all. It is what it is, and you've been given a round. She's accusing you of something pretty damn bad, and I get that. But I can tell you by reading what I'm reading, I want you to kind of understand where I'm coming from. What I'm reading, you're not being portrayed in this investigation in a bad light whatsoever, friend.
I understand.
What I'm saying is this detective is working this, and I think that, I think he's coming to a conclusion that this isn't exactly what actually happened.
Yeah, I understand. And like I said, my thing is, I didn't want to sit up here and put it out there as to when like I target the officers because I feel like y'all try to set me up behind this. That's why I'm saying, like, I'm not trying to be that person. I just feel like I've been in a world for so long by myself. I feel like I was in that plastic bubble that I feel like, everything I bump into, I gotta sit here and look at a second. You know what I'm saying? And that's all. Like I said, I was not trying to be rude or anything. I'm just at a point to where if I take myself out of the world and took myself from my home, the last thing I want to do is somebody walk through my door that's not invited.
Right, I can see that, and I can see that completely. And I guess that is, and we keep repeating ourselves, but that is already in here and part of the entire investigation.
All right.
So,
like I said, this is a waiting process for me, but like I said, there's other stuff that I gotta speak on after with things that came up out the home. So, is there any way I know you can look at the cameras before me. Is there any way you can find out who all was in my kitchen? And find out who took that key out my change thing, please?
To be honest, honey, I don't have that stuff. The investigators have that. I'm not part of investigations. I'm just patrol. Okay,
I understand.
I'm the supervisor on patrol just today. Actually, I don't even work patrol normally anymore. So today I'm just here because somebody's sick and I had to help cover today.
Oh, okay.
But
I understand.
I have added all of this, so that kind of stuff as far as the footage and all, Leonard, I don't have access to that. Oh, the detective does. That's something you have to talk to Mike Brown about.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I can't get that for you.
Yeah, I got, it's crazy. We be texting. I got a text. I have texting, but I stopped. I haven't texted him for a while. Like I said, once I got him everything I felt like he needed, I didn't want to even keep jumping, keep coming into the inboxes. Like I said, it wouldn't have led to nothing positive, it led to negative, and I just wanted him to have space where he can do what he got to do.
Okay, well, I know Mike well enough that I know if you have something that you are concerned about, he would be the person to talk to, Leonard, because that's who you need to talk to. I have added what you've told me, so please,
I understand, but like I said, I'm not taking nothing, I'm not adding nothing from it. But it's the same exact stuff you already know.
It's just documentation that I have to make.
I understand.
Had a conversation about it.
Yes, ma'am. Understand.
So that's done, and if you feel that you need to express something else, or you have a question about the cameras, or whatever, then get in touch with Mike. Yes, that's right.
All right, that's it. I appreciate it. You have a good day, then. Thank you so much.
You too. Okay.
All right.